Good morning, everyone. Good morning from rainy monsoon situation, Los Angeles. I don't like the rain, but anyway, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for everyone. Back at it for Friday. I like these short weeks. One, especially if I'm short options, takes away, gives me some more theta. Um, what's going on? Did everybody get what they wanted for Christmas? Um, I got what I wanted with my own credit card. But long story short, hope everybody had a great Christmas. Um, few things, if at all, are important for me personally than family. Health, obviously. And, you know, I remember my kids being 1, 2, 3 years old. I've been in the same house for 23 years now. And the joy until they figured out Santa Claus is dad. And then, and then they send you a list like a week or two before Christmas. This is what I need, Dad. I'm like, yeah. Actually, it makes things easier, um, because you get something that they want and then put it to good use. But hopefully, everyone had a great Christmas, and I'm back at it today. So, welcome to Power Hour with Sergio. So there is a little bit of a change for next week. Monday, I am not going to be able to do the live, so you guys know. I'll repeat this at the end when more people join. I'm not going to be able to do Trading with Sergio due to the fact that my son with his high school team is playing in a soccer tournament, and they have 2 games on Monday, and I have to be his Uber driver, as I've been since he was 5 years old. So, but I do like these. I do like these days off. Go watch him compete. Now he's a 16, almost going to be 16-year-old, strapping young man, taller than me. He's doing well. And, so Monday, no Trading with Sergio. But we'll be back on Wednesday, on the 30th, Trading with Sergio and Power Hour, obviously, on Friday. So please put your questions up if anybody wants to come on, as usual. Here's the link. And right there. All I ask is that you're in a quiet place with a good internet reception. So as today's title indicates, is Santa going to bring the rally? Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think it's going to be anything special finishing the year. A lot of people are off the desks. Volume is really anemic. Not much is going on really price movement wise. Getting ready for 2026, settling down on a little bit of a change of pace for myself. And look, it was a good year, but when your investment account beats your trading account for a trader, not a good year. But look, you take whatever the market's going to give you. As long as you're green for the year, you should be all right. Keep fighting. And so for 2026, my members group knows what's going on. A little testing going on with what's going to happen with smaller size, and then 2026 we'll go full size. So what is the pivot? Now that my members group was quite familiar with it, if you want to become a member and support the channel, again, it's not for the $9.99. That is a month. That's a Big Mac. You're getting me for a Big Mac. I think it's a pretty good exchange. But the pivot is, I don't like buying things buy low, sell high method. It just becomes too taxing and too stressful because I have 10 other plates I'm trying to spin at the same time. Now, if I was glued at the screen, yeah, maybe that would work. But for a swing position trader like me, it's just much more comfortable to buy high, sell higher, And in order to be able to do that, you have to pivot a little bit. So it's going to be, I put a video out already. So you guys, for the subscribers, general subscribers, go check it out. That's the pivot. The pivot is going to be 52-week high list, create a stock list of 75 to 100 stocks, see the rotation. You can do all that very easily with your Robinhood account, with your Thinkorswim, Tasty, I'm sure. I don't know when things are going to stop going down, right? So there's many examples of that, and I don't have to go through it. A lot of people are stuck in these stocks, although markets making all-time highs. A lot of these stocks are down 40, 50%. So my goal is to ride the trend, right? And my mentor said the first week out of the box, actually, when I went to the desk, it was like, trend is your friend, my man. So in order to establish a trend, you have to have big institutional money on your side, because that's where the rotation is happening. And these 52-week high list stocks, set your filters, create one, set your alerts, execute when they get to where they get to. That's about it. I'm not trying to simplify things for you all. I mean, there is some thought that goes into it, obviously. There are some nuances into that. You can't keep buying every 52-week high. You can't keep buying pump and dumps. That's why you've set filters. But it's very easily done. I mean, the watch list anyway. The trading part is up to you. How you manage the trading part, that part, I think I'll keep it for my members. And it's important to understand and that the reason you do these things is because you're constantly looking at improving your numbers. As a trader, I'm looking to get 3, 4, 5x of the benchmark. Benchmark being the S&P 500. If you're not there, after taxes, after slippage, after commissions, maybe you're wasting too much of your time trading, especially day trading. I mean, I still would love someone to come and tell me I'm a day trader, I'm very successful. For me, I've traded everything from day trading to swing trading to position trading to selling puts, selling calls, all that stuff. For me, swing trading works. Directionals is where the money is at. So we put on 4 trades so far with the new 52-week high list ideology, 444. And I put a great video out. You should go check it out, by the way. A lot of people don't understand math, by the way. Number one math rule is, so if you experience a drawdown of 50% in your account, which if you're in high beta stock, it's very easy to do. Like if you're in Oracles and Oklos and IRENs and all these, internet, famous stocks that all these influencers are constantly talking about. I'm like, bro, there's 6,000 stocks. Did you all know that all bank stocks have been making new highs for the last 6 months in a row? Go sell puts there. They'll expire worthless. To me, trend is your friend. I'm not trying to catch bottoms. I'm not trying to catch tops. All I'm trying to do is take that meat of 70%, hopefully, of the middle, and you'll sleep better. Trust me. But anyway, so that's the pivot. And the other thing that people don't understand is, they constantly talk about win rate, my win rate, my win rate. Win rate is meaningless to me, for the fact that you could have a 50% win rate. My win rate this year is 56% on my accounts, up close to 62%. Okay, trading account. My investment account is doing better. The point I'm trying to make is win rate is not important. Money management, risk management is important, right? I like a win rate of 90%, but I don't think it's reasonable. And whoever says that, show me the numbers. Show me your account. I show my account. Full transparency. Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I post my positions. Do it. Nobody else is doing it. I'm like, okay, cool. Because they care too much about win rate, this, that. Look at me. I'm like, I don't care, bro. There's going to be losses. There's going to be wins. So anyway, we did 4 trades. Just a little tester. There were Sienna, WVE. We're still in that. UiPath, PATH. We're still in that. And DLTR, Dollar Tree. 2 of them are done, both very successful, 60-70% gain in a few days. So the money management part of the pivot is going to be, so if you have a 50% win rate, if you take 50% gains on options, on stocks is 25%. So the numbers go 50% win rate, on stocks 25% up, 12.5 down. You cut the losses, you're done, you move on. And on options, since they're more leverage, obviously they move faster, the numbers double. So 50% win rate, 50% gain. Now, you don't have to take the 50% gain, because on DLTR I took 70%. On Sienna, I took close to 80%. The point I'm trying to make is 50%. And the most important thing, once you get to 50%, you can take the profit, but ever never let green go to red. So if you took the 50% gain and manage it at 25% loss threshold, and you liquidate the position, you just finish it, get out, flatten it, your numbers will be astronomical over a year period, over 252 trading days. And you can plug your numbers in on any ChatGPT or Gemini or Grok. You'll see there's a video on the channel. Go check it out. Or no, your numbers are going to be, especially if you include compounding. And numbers are phenomenal, right? So can you pick 5 out of 10 winners? I think most people can. When the market's, by the way, going up, it's pretty easy to do this, right? But when the market gets shaky, that's when the 52-week high list is going to come into play, because even in the worst markets, there are stocks that are making 52-week highs because money doesn't sleep. It's coming out of, let's say, MAG 10. Where is it going? It's going to smaller stock. Actually, the moves are going to be more appreciable because, if you sell an NVIDIA as an institution, where are you going to put the money? Oh, you're going to rotate into oil. You're going to rotate into gold, metal stocks. You're going to rotate into, bank stocks. You're going to rotate into healthcare stocks, utilities, whatever it is. But 52-week high list is going to give you the rotation as well. So the important thing is to stick to it, to understand it. And the second part of the crypto title, in the title today, is crypto in the dumpster. Crypto is in a downtrend. A lot of people are still talking about BMNR, Tom Lee, blah, 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 blah. It's not going anywhere. It's in a downtrend. I mean, it's about to take another leg down, it looks like to me. So you cut positions down, you don't mess with it. Just because BMNU, for example, that I'm in, headache, so can't wait until they clean that mess up, is, I'm trying to catch a falling knife. BMNU, 5.25. Where's BMNU going to go if Ethereum goes to 2,000? 2, 3? People go, oh, it's cheap. What is it cheap? It's not cheap. Just moving with BMNR. Well, what's BMNR moving with? It's moving with Ethereum. Ethereum takes another leg down. Where's BMNR going to be? 20. I mean, people just go like, they have these fantasies. Oh, Tom Lee said it. I'm like, yeah, great. Okay, fine. Follow him. Go to his grave. It's like, to me, it's like, it doesn't make sense. So pivot's definitely going to take place. And I saw some more calls today on BMNU. Luckily, my cost basis is not as high as some people that I know. Saw some puts. I don't mind getting assigned some. I'll just wiggle myself out of it, but that's not trading for me. Manufacturing a win is not trading for me. It's just too much effort, too much stuff going on. Anyway, all right. So good morning, everyone. Let's see what's going on. Doug, good morning. Yep, back at it, sir. Traveler, good morning. Good morning, Upper John. Thanks for that SoFi trade. I may put that on today or coming up Monday. Luis, good morning. Have I looked at Walmart? No, I don't even think that's on my list. Should it be? Did it make a 52-week high and pulling back now? I'll take a look. Thank you. Thank you, William. Much appreciated. Ooh, somebody switched. Sold all your Bitcoin and put it in gold. Okay, sounds good. Sometimes you need to rotate that gold. Silver especially. Holy crap, it's $80. It's gone parabolic now. Now I'm like, No, you got to be really careful here. So, Sentinel one bull. Yes, I know. It's very difficult to buy me stuff. I don't believe in this. I'm more into the spiritual side of Christmas. I'm not a religious person, but I'm more into the spiritual side of it. And buying things for me is difficult. I mean, I'm a blessed man. I have everything I need, and I really don't pay too much. Look at the way I dress. I don't pay too much attention to material things. Of course, it's kind of oxymoron because I'm trying to make money trading, right? But it's more of a spiritual thing. And yeah, I got a couple things that were bought with my own money. So, like, it's just a thought process. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'll take a look at Walmart. I don't know. I may add it to my 52-week high list. I didn't know if it was a 52-week high list, and then could pull back a premium because you're an option seller for that, but directional may be interesting in that. Why don't you put on a synthetic, right? Sell puts, buy calls. Next year's trades are going to be more directional. That's where the money's at, especially if you can money manage 50 plus minus 25 on options and 25 plus minus 12 and a half on stocks. You'll do just fine. Just pick 50% winners, man. You don't need 70, 80%. If you do 70, 80, so far we're 100% at the moment. I'm like, knock on wood. But I'm pretty sure it's not going to stay there. But if you deal with the 52-week high list, buy high, sell higher ideology, and then you're not better than 50%, I'll be very, very surprised. Very, very surprised. Yeah, man, that BMNU is a dumpster fire. For fuck's sake. Dumpster fire. Happy holidays to you, sir. And Merry Christmas. And so now that more of you are here, so next week I'm not going to be able to do trading with Sergio on Monday at 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern, due to the fact that my son is playing with his high school varsity team in a tournament that I have to be his Uber driver. I have to drive him since I've been doing it since 5 years old. But I'll be back on Wednesday. Full day trading this Wednesday, by the way, unlike this week. That was market close at 10. And then obviously for the first, which is Thursday, we're closed. Markets are closed. And here comes 2026. And the second, markets are open full day. And on the 30th, markets are open full day, unlike the Christmas time when the market closed at 10. But I'll be back on Wednesday trading with Sergio. And next week, Friday, Power Hour. Going into the new year, will I change the live stream schedule? I don't know. If I have time, I'm going to do it. If I don't have time, I'm not going to mess with it. But, what else? I want to talk actually real quickly about something I saw on X today. So I'm on X. It's in the show notes. You can go follow me on X if you guys like. Yes, well, thank you for reposting the live stream. So what did I see on X? I follow a few people. I follow about 200 people, and then I have about 2,700 followers. One of the people I follow is the Kobesi letter. So there has been, most of you hopefully understand or know what correlation is. Different asset classes, correlation between asset classes. There has been a very strong correlation, by the way, with global money supply and US M2, which is the money supply in the US. So I just saw this on X and I took a screenshot and I'm going to read it and look down for a minute. So US M2 money supply rises another 4.3% year over year in November 2025 to a record 22.3 trillion. So why is that happening? Why is M2 growing? Part of it is because of our debt, national debt, that we keep printing, right, and spending. So that means more money into the system. That is very supportive of all asset classes, with some corrections, obviously. Look where stocks are, all-time high. Look at where gold is, all-time high. Look at where silver is, all-time high. Look at real estate, pretty close to all-time high around the nation. All asset classes, right, benefit from growth in money supply. If there's a contraction, asset classes don't do well. All asset classes, and they go together. So when the market's at an all-time high, gold is at an all-time high, and silver is at an all-time high, What is not at an all-time high? In fact, it's what, 30%, right? From all-time high on Ethereum, I mean on Bitcoin, and about 40% on Ethereum, 50% on Solana, right? So crypto is not an all-time high. And there has been, or is still, hopefully, I don't know, a very strong correlation between global money supply and US M2, US money supply, and crypto. All you have to do is go to Gemini or Grok or whatever, and then put a prompt in saying, well, is there a correlation between global M2, US M2, and crypto assets? You will see that there has been a very strong correlation. Now it seems like that correlation has broken. There is also a very strong correlation between the triple Qs, NASDAQ 100, and Bitcoin as well. So you can do a prompt and search for yourself as well. It seems like that correlation has broken or stopped for the moment anyway, because when the money supply is making new highs, that means what? Debasing of the currency, US dollar losing value, you're losing buying power. Where do you need to be? You need to be in hard assets. I've been saying that since I started the channel almost a year and a half ago now. Well, you know, and that's the reason, by the way, the wealth gap keeps increasing, because top 10% owns 87% of the assets. I'm not blaming top 10%. I'm not telling the government to tax them. All power to them. Okay, I'm a capitalist, except I'm a fair capitalist. I'm not a vulture capitalist. So the point I'm trying to make is, you have to be investing in hard assets. You have to be investing, period. But you have to be mostly investing in hard assets. Well, hard assets we talked about. We'll just rotate it from one hard asset, or let's say something that has done well over the past 10 years, which is Bitcoin and Ethereum, to gold and silver. Okay, fine. But my point in all this is that correlation seems to have ended, or at least halted at the moment, between global M2, US M2, and crypto. Now, there's two things that are going to happen. My thoughts for 2026, I'll put out my, I don't know, what do you call it? Not guessing, prognostication, let's say, for 2026 for the markets and crypto in general. But when correlations break, you need to pay attention to it. So there is if the correlation has ended between global M2, US M2, and crypto, but it's continuing with the other assets. So what Will did there is proper, right? Because correlation between gold, silver, and money supply is there. So there are two things that are going to happen here. Either crypto is putting a bottom here, or if the money supply contracts, which is unheard of. Well, there has been times that money supply contracted and asset classes took a dump. It was before the 08 crash or at GFC, and then money supply just was pumped in. It was before the pandemic. We know what happened. 8 trillion was pumped in. So money supply is continuing to grow, according to the Kobesi letter, another 4.3% year over year, to a record 22.3 trillion. This marks the 21st consecutive monthly increase. So money supply is going this way. Bitcoin is going this way. Ethereum is going that way. I'm like, So that's when you kind of see, okay, correlation is breaking. Because if you look at the money supply and stocks, continue all-time highs. Look at gold and silver, all-time highs, right? So what is happening here? Money supply is now 400 billion above the March 22 peak. So this is an all-time high in money supply. Since 2000, money circulation has grown at an average of 6.3% per annum. So listen to this, folks. Since 2000, that's 25 years ago, since the dot-com bubble, money in circulation. Why is the money in circulation going higher? Because we have the debt, national debt. We have a broken fiscal policy, which is followed by a broken monetary policy. That means we need to print and we need to pump, right? So the real pump has started in kind of 2008, actually, with the GFC, okay? So listen to this again. Since 2000, money in circulation has grown at an average rate of 6.3 per annum. What does the government say inflation is? 2.5, right? 2% is their mandate, target. What are we talking about here? If money supply has grown 6.3% per annum, That means there's so many more dollars in circulation. It's a supply-demand situation, right? More dollars in circulation. When there's more dollars in supply, what happens to the value of the dollar? It loses value by 6.3%. So what happened to the government's gaslighting of 2.5% inflation? No. So you're losing buying power by 6.3% a year since 2000. Okay, that's 25 years. Your $100 bill in 2000 is actually worthless today because you're losing about 6 or 7% a year of your buying power. Well, how do you close that gap? You invest. If you didn't invest, your $100 is gone. Trash, toilet paper. But if you invested in 2000, right, even at the peak, if you invested in NASDAQ or S&P 500, including the 2008 GFC, including the pandemic, even if you bought the top tick, you would have recovered that 6.3, and then you would have come up with probably another 5% on the net basis, right? That's why people have to invest. There is no bad time in investing because I don't think they're going to stop the music. And I don't think they can afford to stop this music of money supply growth, right? So it's pretty simple, really. Meanwhile, inflation-adjusted M2 rose 1.5% year over year in November, marking its 15th straight monthly increase. So even if you took inflation out, 1.5% is your loss. Now, is your paycheck going up? Let's say you have a guaranteed job, which that doesn't exist. Is your paycheck going up or income is going up 2% a year since 2000? I don't think so. So bottom line, US dollar purchasing power is deteriorating. Absolutely it is. So what's the antidote for all this? Invest, right? But then this correlation break is kind of confusing me now between not for the stocks and I think this pump and print and spend is going to accelerate. Why? I think the White House is going to be the Fed. Fed is going to lose its independence, which I'm not for, but it is going to happen because there is a handpicked federal chairman now replacing Jay Powell, who's resisted lowering rates, getting called a bunch of names by Trump, right? And but I think that's going to accelerate because midterm elections are coming up. Economy is actually, GDP is doing fine, but it's because of AI data center spend. Without that, GDP is actually not growing. So my point in all this is they're going to turn on the printers, turn on the pumps, maybe after a shaky couple of first months. So I'm giving away some of my ideas for 2026. I think they're just going to keep pumping because they cannot afford to lose the midterms that are coming up in November of 2026. So if the Fed is going to be run by the White House or the Treasury, well, it seems like it because there's a handpicked Fed chair. There's a handpicked governor base coming in. So there's going to be a hotline between the Fed and the White House that go, okay, lower rates, do this. Again, though, I think it's a little misunderstood that people go, Fed is lowering the rates. Well, Fed lowering the rates doesn't mean anything because Fed only can manage or manipulate the rates on the short end of the curve. On the long end of the curve, if you look at the interest rates, they actually have gone up since the Fed started cutting rates last September. So, but the pump is going to continue, and that proves that the money supply keeps growing. All asset classes are following. It's pretty simple, really. And except crypto. Crypto is actually going the other way. That's a little, more than confusing, that's a little concerning to me. As a Bitcoin believer and dollar cost averager every Monday, the same dollar amount, I'm still going to do it in 2026. But it seems a little iffy now what's going on with the crypto. The three horses I'm talking about. I'm not talking about shitcoins. I'm talking about Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And to me, yeah, I don't know if that correlation has ended or this is the bottom. Bitcoin is going to take a massive leg up to catch up to money supply because Bitcoin has been looked at a holder of value. I'm not going to call it inflation hedge as much, but since it's a finite amount, maybe you can call it an inflation hedge, if you want to. But why has the correlation ended? If anybody has any ideas from the people watching, please put it in the chat because I can't come up with a reason. If global M2, which is accelerating actually more than the US, in Japan specifically, 130 billion stimulus packages coming up. China pumping like mad, right? Okay. Global M2 is skyrocketing. US M2 is kind of nice and easy, going higher and higher every year. Why is Bitcoin and crypto selling off? Not sure. So I can't come up with a reason for that. But then, as volatile as Bitcoin is, it could go from 80, I think it's 87,000 or whatever it is, to 130,000 in probably 2 weeks, right? And Ethereum will follow and whatever not. So I don't know. The other thing, that Bitcoin volatility is kind of decreased, actually, right? So all those option sellers, they're not getting as much premium as at all. Anyway, so let's answer some questions. Let's go to positions. My vertical put on SoFi didn't work all year. Yeah, because stock makes higher highs, higher lows. Why would it work? Why are you bearish on something that's making higher highs, higher lows? I mean, forget the fundamentals. Look at the picture. Stock has been in an uptrend since $8 when it bottomed after the April tariff, crisis. It's not going to work. I don't know. I wouldn't be bearish on SoFi until it broke maybe 23. Then I'll be bearish on it. But I do like the Iron Condor on SoFi. Right? Sell the 25 puts, buy the 23 puts, sell the 35 calls, buy the 37 calls. Or I think which one? No, 33 calls, right? So it was an 8 wide body and 2 wide wings. I like that trade if it's still 90 cents or so for February. Limited downside. So anyway, what else is going on? Yeah, so if anybody has an idea about the correlation ending, it's not ending between other asset classes and M2. It's ending Bitcoin. And I mean, I looked at the charts already, so I know what the answer is, but I don't know the reason. The correlation has definitely widened, and it's really wide now, especially between Triple Q and Bitcoin and M2 and Bitcoin. Although on some charts, there was some lag of about 6 weeks or so. So M2 makes a new high and then Bitcoin catches up. But it seems like stocks are following just dollar for dollar. And gold is following dollar for dollar. Silver is. So I don't know. Maybe that lag is still there. Sergio, I've been doing this for over 30 years, and there is a few YouTube channels I recommend my mentees watch. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you one. I didn't understand the question. I've been doing this for 30 years. Okay, welcome to my club of 30 years. There's a few YouTube channels I recommend my mentees to watch. Okay. If you don't mind, I'd like to give you one that you could review and discuss the teachings. I don't pay any attention to anybody else, buddy. Honestly, it's not because of ego. I really don't care, number one, and I don't think anybody can provide me more than what I already have learned over the last 30 plus years. But you're more than welcome to. You can post it in the chat. Honestly, I think I'm as good as there is out there, with a full toolbox. And, whatever they're going to provide me, maybe to your mentees, they can provide, because I do believe financial literacy, education, information is very, very important. But, post it. I'll take a look at it. I don't think they're going to give me anything more than I know, especially if it's in the day trading realm, especially if it's in the short term, kind of a scalper kind of a thing. That's not my style. I'm not interested. Maybe some other people are interested. I do the way it fits my lifestyle, number one. I'm not a youngster, so I don't have to chase dollars. I have enough of it. And but I'm very hungry to make money. I wake up at 5:30 every morning, like I have for the last 35 years. I'm in California, so um, you know, I don't think anybody has the magic wand. I don't think anybody has more edge than they think they have. And to me, I follow the markets. I follow the price. This is the price. You can argue with price. Like, look at all the people who argued with BMNU price. Where are they at? Poorhouse. My point is, rules of this game is simple, sir. You know, 3 Ps: patience, position size, and planning. If you don't have the 3 Ps, it's not going to work for you. It may work for you, lucky, short term, whatever it is, but there is no magic, you know, elixir, or there's no magic wand and you can go up. This is it. This is my edge. By the way, I'm not a huge believer in edge. You create your own edge. Part of your edge should be your money management and risk management. And unfortunately, most people don't do that. If you don't do that, any edge that you have, which is minuscule, is going to get wiped out anyway. And plus your account's going to get blown. So, but yeah, post it in the chat. Not against learning. And not for me, but for the general population. All right, so let's go to positions. I know you guys can see this. Last time you guys saw my face with no charts, but all right, what's going on? Let's go to the front first. Daily, there's 2-minute spiders. Not much going on, man. Not much. This is the 1 year, 1 day. This seems like it's just a grind higher and potential of 7,200 on SPX. You know, how many days of trading days left? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 trading days left. If Santa didn't show up by now, I don't think he's in the chimney. I think he's stuck in the chimney. I don't think it's going to happen. But again, you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I really don't pay too much attention to those kind of things. So yeah, S&P's down just a little bit. Not much is going on. What else? Let's go to the position screen. Not much has changed. I closed the LTR with profits today, but let's start at the top. Strive Inc., ASST, January 2027 calls 2.5 and 5 leaps. Long 400 of those and 300 of the 5s. Here's the headache of headaches. Dumpster fire or dumpster fires. Luckily, I'm going to try to manage this thing. Anyhow, so I'm long 3,500 shares of BMNU. Again, sizing correctly. You know, I could buy 35,000 shares. There's not a goddamn chance I'm doing any of that stupid stuff. This is a long story. Bottom line, my cost basis after the calls expire worthless and some of the puts expire worthless that I sold last month, I'm down to 668. Stock is 528. It was up to 12. Didn't take the profits because I had cover calls. Remember cover calls? Yeah, wonderful cover calls. Well, I had enough. So now for this cycle, today I just sold. I'm trying to sell another 5 actually. 6, 7 calls for January expiration. I sold the 6 calls. I also sold 15 more 6 puts at an average cost of 126. So that means if I do get assigned, and if the stock is here at 528, I am going to get assigned another 1,500 shares, which will lower my cost basis some more because my assignment is going to be 6 minus 126, which is 475, let's say. And if I do get assigned, that means all the calls I sold this cycle are going to expire worthless, so-called, you know, it's just basically just jerking off to make a few bucks. It's really, really ridiculous, okay? But I'm in it. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to increase the position unless I get assigned, or if it comes to that, I may roll to the 5s. Look, all I'm trying to do is get the heck out of this garbage, and make some money with it. I was up like 15K on this trade. I had cover calls. I had sold 8, 9, 10, 11 calls, and at some point it was above 11. I'm going like, yeah, if I all get called away, it's 15K. Oh, never mind. 15K green turned into, at the moment, 6K loss. I'm like, it's just fucking idiotic. Anyway, I'm long 2,500 shares of BZAI, 223. Stock is 206. I will follow my 12.5% rule on this. If we get down to about 12.5 is about 27 cents. So if we get to 198, 197, I'm out of there. DLTR is closed. That's why it's not highlighted. This is highlight. All the open positions are highlighted. I will post these on the community page of the YouTube channel today. Dollar Tree, I had bought 20 calls. I'm just testing this 52-week high thing. 20 calls at 143 average. Sold them all at 230 average today, so we're done with that. I had also done Sienna. Last but not least, I'm long 30 February 20 calls on WVE. Average cost 172. They're 190. I have some sell orders at 250, 260, 270, but I don't think they're going to get there today. But then they're February. But I will not let green go to red. So especially when something goes green. Now, when you buy something with a new pivot, it goes red right away. You cut it at 12.5 and 25. You don't blink an eye, and that's it. That's what needs to happen going forward. Still 75% cash. I have my buy list ready, which is in my buy list, or what is in my buy list. Affirm is definitely in my buy list. Down 10 cents, nothing important really. And it's going sideways before the breaks 80. I don't know what kind of trade I'm going to put on, but I'm definitely going to be putting it on. Lemonade is another one I'm watching. Now only down 3. Yeah, maybe 50 EMA pullback. I'll get in there. Carnival Cruise is another one. There's like my 52-week high list is full of wonderful stocks. So just waiting for my spots. And going forward, 10% allocation in 2026 of the account. I have a 6-figure account, so 10% allocation, mostly directional bets. And yeah, streak money management. That's about it. That's what's going to happen. A few other stocks I'm following. Fastly, I want to own actually. Let me look at my list and then see what's in my 52-week high list. Let me go do that. Just give me a minute, folks. Yeah, 52-week high list is up to 71 stocks. Actually, you guys need to excuse me for a minute. Let me go do something, and then I'll be back in a couple of minutes. And then we'll go through. Actually, you know what? I'll go through the full 52-week high list, what I'm watching, where my alerts are, and stuff like that. Okay, let's go through the 52-week high list of mine. Actually, I'll make a position on this and put it. All right, so that's fine. 1 year, 1 day charts, of course. What's in there? Alcoa is in there. This is the types of charts I want to deal with. Unlike these charts, like HIMS. Actually, let's take a look at Walmart. Like, I don't even know if this is going to stop, or Oklo, New Law, or Rigetti, or whatever. All these high flyers, which I have absolutely no interest in. Let's take a look at Walmart. Yeah, Walmart's pulling back to 50 MA. I think we'll give it a crack, Doug. Yeah. Somewhere around here, 110 range. Yeah, I like it. I definitely like it. Target's making a big move today to the upside, just a little bit, but they're in the same group, right? But I wouldn't look at Target twice. So, American Eagle Outfitters is in the list. AirCap is in the list. That's what I want to do. I want to deal with uptrends. Affirm, only down 8 cents now. Yeah. On Affirm, I think I'm going to just sell a put credit spread and buy a call debit spread. Albemarle is in that list. 52-week high after 52-week high, folks. Let's do Amcor. I like all these little pullbacks after making 52-week highs, by the way. Allegheny Technologies, Axle, American Axle. Actually, that's getting into a buy range. Brunswick, Carnival Cruise Lines. I like that pullback. Give me 30. I'll get in there. That's the patience part. You gotta wait. But if you build a list of 75 to 100 stocks, you have plenty to do. Clear Channel Outdoor, Century Aluminum. You can see aluminum, AA, Alcoa, and CNX, right? That's the rotation that you're experiencing. Sienna. Yeah, we did a nice trade on Sienna. Actually got out a little too soon. Took like 65%. We could have taken 200%. Compass Inc. I like that one. Just keeps going sideways before we make a new high. Make sure I put the alert there. DuPont. Beautiful charts. Dollar Tree. Got out of that. Okay. Estee Lauder. All these charts, wonderful. Just wonderful. ERO Copper. There you go. Freeport McMoran. Fabrinet. First Solar. Gildan Activewear. Yeah, all these wonderful charts. Garrett Motion. See, there's 10,000 stocks out there, folks. You guys don't need to be stuck in the same goddamn shit. Anyway, Hot Bay Minerals. Huntington Ingalls. Yeah, you guys have never heard of these names, have you? There you go. Immunovant. Lithium Argentina. Lumentum. Lumentum is a bearish divergence working. Be careful with that one. Lear Corp. It's a lot better to deal with these. Lemonade. A lot better to deal with these than trying to catch bottoms, which a lot of people try to do, which I'm like, okay, whatever. Southwest Airlines, believe it or not. Lexio Therapeutics. I like that one quite a bit, actually. Magna International. Monster Energy or Beverage. Micron. New Pacific Metals. A lot of metal stocks. I'll show you the full list in a minute, but a lot. Look at these charts, right? Okay. Cisco Development. I like that one quite a bit, actually. It broke out, good volume, pulled back, no volume. I like that quite a bit. It's a $3 stock. Be careful with low numbers, by the way. I put in open bay because a lot of people, open door, a lot of people ask me about it. I'm like, okay, the channel is there. I'll buy it at the 200 EMA around 5. I'm not going to pay any attention after that. UI path, we're in. We have the February 15 calls. Actually, it's up about 30-40% on that already. And yeah, I see that going to 20. So patience. Progeny. PGNY. I like that one. Phinia. PHIN. Beautiful. Planet Labs. Beautiful. Photronics. PLAB. That one I like. It's just kind of had a high of 40, pulled back to 33. I like that one a lot, actually. Once it starts moving on volume, make sure we get in there. Real. Beautiful. Rio Tinto. Look at that every goddamn day. Now it's getting extended, of course. But then on pullbacks, you buy these. That's it. Just create a list. Rocket Lab. Yeah, pullbacks. You got to get it. Red Rock Resort. RRR. That's nice. That's definitely candidate. Schwab. After all that base moving higher, slow and steady, folks. Sotera Healthcare, SHC. It's a diversified group. Love that chart. Celas Life Sciences, SLS. Look at that. Just give me a pullback. Let me get in. That's why you create 75 to 100, because you don't want to chase it, obviously, but then you're dealing with uptrends. I like that one. Smart Rent. It's only a $2 stock. Yeah, be careful with that. SanDisk. Yep. That's that pullback we're talking about. Okay. So makes 52-week high after 52-week high. It pulls back. That's your chance. ST. Sensata Technologies. This one I like quite a bit. It's pulling back to breakout. Tabula. TBLA. Beautiful breakout. Breakout continues. That may be worth chasing, actually. T1 Energy. TE. I like that one. Give me a little pullback there. Tech Resources. Yeah, nice breakout. Timken. TKR. Nice. Tesla. Actually, no. Taysha Gene Therapeutics. TSHA. So it's a diversified group. Right there. Tesla. Yeah, it's just kind of consolidating here before it breaks 500, it looks like to me. Textron. Beautiful chart. Village Farms. VFF. Oh, that got into a buy point already. Okay. Got to pay attention, man. Yeah, right about here somewhere. I like that chart. Victoria's Secret. Need a pullback on there. It's getting the pullback now. Wheaton Precious Metals. WPM. Wave Life Sciences. We're in this one. We're up about 20%. With the Feb 20s. I like this quite a bit. And Yeti. 71 stocks I went through with you guys. These are the stocks I want to deal with. I will update this every day, pretty much. Take some off, put some in. And the reason I do that is because it's a lot easier to be with these than guessing where BMNU is going to stop going down. And you create yourself a 52-week high list. And here how many stocks there are today. Obviously, I'll go on all these stocks. A lot of metal stocks, a lot of bank stocks. I didn't put those. But and here it is with my, how many stocks are there? Look at all these, right? Look at all that. All right, so what's the problem? Deal with these stocks. And then, even when the market's making an all-time high, right? Okay. You could be in the 52-week yearly lows. Look how many of those are there. Look at all this list. There's like I don't know, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100 stocks making 52-week lows while the market's at an all-time high. And one of them is BMNU, I'm pretty sure, or MSTR right there. MSTU, MSTR, 52-week low while the market's making a new high. Well, you want to fucking guess the bottom on these? Good luck. Knock yourselves out. I ain't doing it. I'm not playing that game. I'm going to try to sell some more calls on this freaking BMNU. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, that's about it. If you have questions, put them up. Or if you showed up, better yet. What is happening? Did we freeze? Nope, we didn't. Okay. All righty. Okay, so we're back. Interested? So I said what I said. No, I told you to post the thing. Just a thought. I wasn't attempting. You can't influence me, bro. It's really principles of risk management, trading probabilities without. Okay, that's what I'm doing. I don't have personal opinion. I follow a strict risk management, money management guidelines. So maybe we're on the same boat on that one. You know, you should grab the link and come on one of these days. It was a bull spread. Okay, what are you saying, bro? You're saying puts and then you're going bull spread. I don't even know what you're talking about now. We're talking about sulfite, right? I'm not sure what's going on now. Put the position up and then we'll find out why you're losing money. You have to forgive me as I've been for a long time here. I don't know. You're fine. I don't take anything personally. I've been on the internet for far too long. Okay, I agree. 100%. What else? What else is there? Unfortunately, most people don't do it and they get poor. You know, they have some luck, and on bull markets, every throw a dart, you can make money, and then market pulls back 10%, they all disappear. And anyway, all right, got to run. Unfortunately, you have a great day and have a happy, healthy, prosperous New Year. Sentinel One Bull. Next time I do a live stream, please grab the link and show up. We can definitely talk about your ideas, but I have been saying nothing but preaching risk management, money management, position sizing. You know, I'm wearing Quant Data hat. Shout out to William at Quant Data. You know, I once in a while, he allows my funny ass to get on their stage and talk to their traders. I've had this YouTube channel for a year and a half, and I have said nothing but the 3 Ps: patience, position, and planning. And you just got to follow the rules. You know, getting lucky is one thing. I mean, luck is important. You got to have some luck, obviously, but we're all dealing in probabilities. If anybody says, I know what's going to happen tomorrow or next hour, or especially the day traders or whatever, no clue. They have no idea. So I've been preaching this for 30 years, just a year and a half on YouTube, because I thought, okay, you know, I'll just create a YouTube channel, because I think there are a lot of uneducated folks out there when it comes to trading, not school, that they just kind of think this is how the markets behave. Markets only go up, stocks only go up. And then on the first pullback, when their hood goes from 155 to 100 in 2 weeks, they go like, oh shit. I'm like, yeah, oh shit. The puts you sold are deep in the money. And then they pray, then V bottom, stock, you know, it's going to go back to 150, or they do all these wild moves, selling puts on, you know, I don't know, quantum computing stock that go from 60 to 20 in about a month. And then now they're stuck. Now they're going to sell calls, opportunity cost loss, risk management, zero. I'm like, yeah, I've been preaching that for, I don't know, a year and a half since I started the channel, but I've been preaching that for way before then. So we do agree. I do agree with you, Sentinel-1 Bull. Like, that's why I said, come on the channel. Grab the link one of these days. We can have a chat about it. What else? Yeah, that's about it. If you guys don't have any other questions, have a great weekend. I'm gonna have a wet weekend. It's been raining for like 4 days. They said they have what they called it? All the freeways are closed. This is how shitty California is at the moment. It rains a little bit, and then all the freeways are flooded. They called it the atmospheric river. I don't know what that means. It means a lot of rain, I guess. And it's been raining, and now all the reservoirs are full. Okay? Department of Water and Power. Okay? Talk about inflation. My water and power bills have gone up by like 170% last 5 years. Bro, it's happening. So, and then they go, oh, we have a drought in California. I'm like, bro, all the reservoirs are full. We have no drought. Why are you increasing my water bill? Right? Well, typical. That's why we need to make money. Well, interesting. Well, have fun in New York. If you're in New York City, sir, let me recommend the best. Let's see, this is an opinion. This is nothing to do with trading. The best pizza, as far as I'm concerned. Look, there's a lot of new ones. Sarah's is a good one. Slice is good. I mean, there's a lot of places that open new ones. These Michelin star chefs are coming selling pizzas for $60 or whatever. I go past that. I'm sure they're great. I haven't been in New York since before the pandemic, but there is one place that I will. Sally's is good, but John's on Bleecker Street, 200-year-old coal-fired oven, only cash. Please go try the pizza there and then give me your opinion. I think that's the best pizza in New York City still. So, John's on Bleecker Street. Have a pizza on me. In fact, send me a slice or a full one. Or I'm kidding, but there we go. There we go. Agree, 100%. Best pizza still. My opinion. See, this is nothing to do with trading. It's an opinion. I could be right. I could be wrong. Everybody's taste and color of choices and whatever is different. So, John's on Bleecker Street. Go test it. Well, you will love it. Please try it. I'll try John's on Bleecker. Yeah, please do. Okay, please go try it. Have some cash with you. They don't take credit cards. That any pizza joint. Crisp is good, by the way. But look, there's many great places, like amazing New York pizza. I mean, come on now. That's one thing I don't have in California. Although there are a couple of places like Apollonia in LA is good. Mulberry Street, I like it, especially if you tell them make it crispy. I think they fly their water from New York. Well, long story short, John's on Bleecker. You can't go wrong, bro. I would. My mouth is watering now. I will put that whole thing down. It's good. Go try it, and then shoot me an email. You know my email, so shoot me an email and what you think about it. Okay, you're gonna create like depression for me now. It was a vertical put credit spread. And okay, why would you have a vertical put credit spread if you know what a put credit spread is? Just put on a put credit spread. Stocks going up, they would expire worthless. I'm not sure what's going on now. we're on the who's on first. I, I I'm lost. Oh, they do? Okay. Well, I stand corrected because before the pandemic, when I was in New York, they didn't take it still. They take credit cards now? Better yet. Better yet. Go ahead, Will. Go ahead. Order a simple cheese pie. I mean, I like a little pepperoni, maybe half and half. Half pepperoni, half just cheese. Yeah, you're gonna be like, shit. No shame, bro. I would put it down. Seriously. And their pies are not your little shishi 12-inch, 18 inches. That's a pie. It's so good. You have that 200-year-old oven's flavor in there built into your pizza, and tell them a little more well done, because they may pump out, you know, because I like mine thin and crispy. So not like a cracker, but a little chew, a little crisp, a little leopard, skin on the bottom, if you know what that means, right? And you have those dots, burnt dots, like, fuck, it's so good. New York City, best pizza on the planet, bro. Come on. I mean, although I do follow Barstool Portnoy. He does a good job with those pizza reviews. You know, so many places in New York, but that Johnson Bleecker is like something people should try. No, you can't. Although Connecticut has good pizza. Look, there's good pizza everywhere. I mean, you got to just find the spots. So I'm just saying, John's on Bleecker, it's worth a try. Sally's is worth a try. The new places, they have lines out the door with the yuppies, shippies, whatever, right? I hear Sarah's is good. Excellent, actually. There's this guy in Brooklyn. He converted. Fuck, I forgot his name. But his pizza is not true New York. It's like more like Neapolitan style. God damn, I forgot the name. There's also a waiting list there. There's like good places, obviously. I mean, I'm not telling you to go buy a $2 slice now. Or are there any more $2 slices in New York? I don't think there are. But forget that stuff. Just go to John's and Bleecker, go to Sally's, go to a couple other spots in the city, and get your full crispy. That's the one. That's the one. Yes. Yep. Yep. I agree. The crispy in New York is good. Real Josh 05. We're talking the same language. Seriously, my mouth is like full of saliva now. Don't do this to me. Yeah, we have actually the closest decent pizza to me is, I'm in the San Fernando Valley. In Encino, there is a place called Mulberry Street. That's the one. They break them like a massive pie. Real thin. Real well done. It's as close as it gets, but there are a couple of good places, like Deep Dish too, I wish. Yeah, good. Cool. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Fuck yeah. I'd do it too. I mean, bro, how could anybody not like pizza? All this new no gluten, whatever. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna live a day less than you. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You go do what you do. I do what I do. I didn't know that. That's fucking amazing, bro. Well, you give Will some recommendations then. Well, there you go. Crispy is good. Did you go to Sarah's yet? Is it Sarah's, right? It's Sarah's, right? Those 2 Michelin star chefs opened a pizza joint, and their lines out the door for $60 a pie. Have you tried that one yet? Sally's is good too, by the way. It's still old style. I like the old style. Not because of my age. I would try Sarah's if I was in New York. I don't know about paying $60, but supposedly they're excellent. I don't know. Okay, well, go try it. Let me know. You know my email too, I'm sure. So shoot me an email. One of our contributors from the other channel that is living in New York. So he's been to all these, and then he confirms that these are top 10 in New York City. And price range, actually, John's on Bleecker is not that crazy. I mean, it's inflation, right? So I don't know. enough pizza talk. I'm dying now. Now I'm gonna go eat Domino's. No, hell no. I will not put Domino's or what's the other one? Pizza Hut. I wouldn't even go near those junk. Although biology, I don't know. You know, then they have California Pizza Kitchen, which is garbage. It's like, yeah. Well, what do we say? Well, what do we are 40% in like a day? No. Okay, what do we say about all this? Bulls make money, bears make money, pigs get what? 42%. I'd be taking that. Seriously, you're gonna make me dyslexic, bro. You start with the something, I don't know, cheap, and then you go to why can't you just in a month? I'd be very interested in taking that. Because I think because the parabolic is going to end badly here, just like all parabolics end badly. Stocks, whatever the underlying is, parabolics don't end well. It's a proven thing. Counter trend actually trading is decent, but you have to be really careful because things go a lot higher than you anticipate they're going to go, like it did with Rigetti and IONQ. I was short all of those. You guys can go but check the videos. There's videos in the channel. I covered them too soon, for sure. I covered them too soon, and it's all right. Yeah, make money. It's all right. I would take the 42%. Seriously, I would. Especially if you rotated that quick. Because I have. Did we look at Bitcoin? No, we didn't look at Bitcoin. Okay, let's take a look. I think we're getting either we're putting a bottom in here or we're just going to die. Take the next leg down. All right, let's take a look at Bitcoin and Ethereum. So this is IBIT. IBIT is iShares Bitcoin ETF, the largest one. Okay, so I read Chopstick as good as anyone. And if this is not a downtrend, then I don't know what is a downtrend. I don't like drawing chart lines, but then I may be able to draw a line for you folks here. Maybe. Let's just have some fun with this. Yeah, I'll erase it. I don't like lines. Okay, so there you go. There's your downtrend. Long-term, intermediate is still an uptrend. Short-term, definitely downtrend. Okay, so you know what? I may just leave that there. Okay, fine. And then let's do the same thing on Ethereum. ETHA is the ETF on that one. Oh, that's definitely a downtrend there. That's dead. Yeah, let's do the downtrend there too. Right there. Now, what's going to happen? Are we going to break out? And there's potential bullish divergence here on MACD, by the way. Well, let's leave the downtrends there. So under 200, under 50, under 20, it's a downtrend. If it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. It's a downtrend. And what has happened to BMNR? But everybody goes, well, BMNR is going to 80. Tom Lee is great. I'm like, bullshit. I mean, I like Tom Lee, don't get me wrong. But BMNR is not going anywhere unless Ethereum goes higher. Well, so there's two things that are going to happen here. Now, I could draw another line, scare the shit out of you people, which will be this line right here, which will be in a descending wedge, which is a bearish, very bearish kind of a look. I'm not going to do it because I don't like lines. I'm probably going to erase all the lines shortly. Same thing on IBIT. Right? If IBIT is going to go down, take another leg, which is Bitcoin, everything else is going to take it down leg. I mean, you know, and BMNR is going to take it down leg. If Ethereum, and so will BMNU, FYI. There you go. 525. Horse shit. Garbage. Whatever. I'm in it, so don't die before I get the heck out of here. I mean, I'll manage. Just my cost basis is so low that it's just like, okay, fine. But it's going to follow this, folks. BMNR is going to follow this. In fact, let's do the math. For all the geniuses out there on X. BMNR, Tom Lee, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, okay, whatever. So BMNR, okay. iShares Ethereum Trust, the largest one, ETF, 36 was the high. We pull back to, well, today, let's go today. 36 to 22, okay? That's where we are, 22.11. So what is that? It's 14 points. It's about 40%, right? Yeah, 40% on down on Ethereum. Okay, so where's BMNR? So what was this date right here? This date right here. October 7th. Okay, let's take a look. BMNR, October 7th. October 7th, I bet you it's this one. Yep, sticks like a sore thumb. Okay, so BMNR that day was 63. And today, at the moment, we are at 30, let's say. It's 29.70. Let's say 30, give the benefit of the doubt. 63 to 30 is 50, 52%, 51%. And Ethereum is only down 40%. See what I mean? Okay. I did a good video about, and then BMNU and all that stuff is a different story, but I'm going with that. Okay. Yeah, BMNR is actually outperforming. Why? Why is BMNR down more? Because MNAV is getting crushed. If you guys follow me at all, go watch the videos. I explain MNAV. Same thing is going on. IBIT. And which one is the largest proxy for Bitcoin? MSTR. Here it is. Let's do the same game there. Okay, IBIT. That's what MNAV crush looks like, folks. What is this? October 7th, I bet. October 6th. October 6th. Okay, cool. October 6th, price of IBIT was 71. Today, we're at 50. 49.5. Okay, let's say 50. What is that? 21 points. How much is that down? 30%, right? Okay, let's look at MSTR. Oh, hello. October 7th. This is October 7th. I bet it sticks like a sore thumb. Yeah, October 6th right there. 363. Okay, today we're at 154. How much is that? Literally 200 points. What is that? 70%? There you go. You know why? BMNR. Oh, MNAV getting crushed. Actually, MSTR's MNAV is under 1 now. It used to be at 2.2 at the high. See, this is what people don't understand. They just go, oh, MSTR. I'm like, what about MSTR? MSTR is not going anywhere unless Bitcoin moves. And Bitcoin actually pulled back 30%. And MSTR pulled back 70%. Ethereum pulled back 40%. And BMNR pulled back 52%. Why? MNAV. Wait until MNAV goes under 1 on this thing. It'll be like that. Ethereum will go sideways. This thing will be like 23. Then MNAV will be 1-to-1. I don't know. Maybe I'm the dumb one in the room. They're all smart on X. Oh, BMNR, Tom Lee. I'm like, yeah, whatever. Good luck. Good luck. I just can't wait to get the heck out of this BMNU position. We'll see. We'll see how that's going to work out. How we wanna be in the firm. I already know my trade, so I'll give it a couple more days. Break of 80. We're gonna get up to about 95 here. So a lot of good looking charts on my book. Just patiently waiting. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be one. I'm just gonna wait. And yeah. All right. There's no other questions. I'll say sayonara. Go have a cup of coffee. All right. No questions. All right. Pan pizza. That's not even pizza, bro. You're talking deep dish from Chicago? I don't mind. Grimaldi's. Not my thing. That's like a meal. Talking pizza. Pan pizza. Grandma style, maybe? I don't know what you're talking about again. You're like a man of few words, and you're just driving me fucking crazy, sir. Even on your positions and your pizza choice. Yeah, well, I would take that 42%. Where are you going to get 42% in a month? Don't be a pig. Remember. Okay. I'm going to say goodbye. Have a great weekend. Reminder, not doing trading with Sergio on Monday due to my conflict with my son's high school varsity team tournament, soccer, Uber. I have to be his Uber again, and we're leaving at 7 in the morning, not coming back until 7 o'clock at night. Same thing on Tuesday. But Wednesday, I'll be back with Trading with Sergio. Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 p.m. Eastern. Friday, Thursday is New Year's Day. Market's closed. Wednesday, full day trading. Friday, we'll be back on the second of the year. And Power Hour with Sergio. So please come back. Please give a thumbs up. Supposedly helps the algorithm. I'm not sure. Please pass the word. One plug for my website that's live last 2 months. Thank you for the support. I like it. I like folks subscribing for the free newsletter. I believe your financial future is in your own hands. As long as you have the right and proper information and education, the oyster, the world is your oyster. So all I'm saying is I'm definitely here to educate and inform. And go subscribe to the free newsletter. I have no Discord channel, no paid subscription, none of that. Just it's free. Go subscribe, www.sergioavidian.com. You'll get your newsletter every Monday, drop in your box, 12 o'clock Pacific. There's already 12 articles in the blog. There's some really, really good articles. Short, 5-minute read. And so support me that way. Support me in improving financial literacy in this country. I think it's in the toilet. So that's not much to ask. Trading is trading, and investing is something else. So may all your longs rocket, and may all your shorts tank. Doug snuck in the last minute. I cannot ignore Doug. Yeah, Lumanali's and Grimaldi's, those two are good. Yeah, institutions actually. But that's like you need like a fork and a knife, and it's heavy. You can't eat more. Like I can't eat that stuff more than like a couple of slices. But I can assure you, I can put down John's on Bleecker Street full pie, guaranteed, going down. Anyway, so hats off. Shout out to Quantana, William. I'll come back next week before New Year's out and give you my predictions. And I'll do the same for this channel. And so enjoy the weekend. I will see you guys on Wednesday, Trading with Sergio. Have a great day.